May we have a good conversation, a raw conversation, a real conversation. It's 2025, and we here, baby. We in here. What's going on? It's been 4 years since I got the call in to do a podcast. And it was at the beginning of a crazy pivotal point in my life, bro. And it was the beginning of my spiritual awakening. And I always felt like I've been called to get on this mic, but I've been so afraid. I've been so afraid of being vulnerable. I've been so afraid of being real, being raw, for so many different reasons. And through my 4 years of learning, searching, and trying to figure out life, bro, just life, it's been a journey. It's been a journey of healing. It's been a journey of growing. It's been a journey of transformation, change, evolution, elevation, but it's also been a journey of pain, destruction, loss, more loss, and more pain. And I'm simply here to share my journey, the way I experienced it, things I experienced, and hopefully we can go along on that journey together. Welcome to my podcast. This episode is called Free Yourself. Guys, I'm not gonna come on here and act like I got all the answers and act like I know everything, but I'm gonna start off by saying my heart is pure. And I mean pure. I mean the kind of pure you gotta feel, like you gotta feel this shit. You feel me? You can't just hear me. You gotta feel this shit. And when I say free yourself, you gotta free yourself from everything. You gotta free yourself from everything, even yourself at times. And that's what I mean by free yourself. We think that we could hold on to things, we could hold on to people, and sometimes we hold on and we hold on and we hold on till we're so terrified of change. You feel me? And I'm talking about change. So many ways which change cripples us. Change gets us stuck. A lot of people working in jobs that they hate because they're terrified of change. You know what? I will say that life has taught me change. Life has forced me to change in a lot of different ways. I'll start by saying that my mom had me at the age of 16 in Brooklyn, New York projects. My pops was murdered when I was 4 years old. That's heavy. My daughter lost her life to cancer in 2017. My grandmother lost her life to cancer in 2017, which I wasn't on speaking terms with when she passed. Imagine that. Change, that's what I mean when I say change. I've been forced to adapt to changes my whole life. And it's not until recently that I feel like the last piece for me of freeing myself is letting go of control, letting go of trying to control everything, and having more faith and trust in the divine plan. Because see, when you build a relationship with God, when you build a real relationship, a real connection with God, you can't control the plan. You cannot control the fucking plan. A lot of people say they want a relationship with God. You feel me? You feel me? I'm in a room with two brothers that got that relationship, or else they wouldn't be in this room. And that's what I mean by I'm pure. I only align myself with pure individuals. I only want to be around pure individuals. I only want to be around real people, real connections, real love, real genuine shit. Free yourself. I have plans. I have ideas, and things that I would like to do with this podcast, but ultimately, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna get out of this experience with me. If you don't know me already, you gotta know me. My name is Prince. You're in for a treat, so follow, subscribe, do all that. Come on in, have a seat. The only thing that I recommend that you're gonna need for this experience is gonna be a journal. So this podcast is not about me. It's about you. So if this is your first time seeing me, you may be unfamiliar with my story, but if this is not your first time seeing me, then you're very familiar with my story. And this book right here, this journal right here, I was working at AAA, my 9-to-5, my last 9-to-5. I was a sales agent, cold too, like stone cold sales agent, you feel me? And I got to a point in my career where I was also building a career on YouTube with my wife, a couples channel. I was in a point in my life where I started to feel uncomfortable at work. Like I couldn't physically do it no more. Like my body was rejecting a job. I had one of my biggest sales months of my career, and in the following month, I couldn't sell an insurance policy for the first week and a half of the month. Like my soul was calling me out of there. So I had a manager at the time, and he was a real dope guy. Shout out to Travis. And he knew that I really fucked with Big Sean heavy. And he seen an interview with Big Sean where he was doing a tour around his crib. And Big Sean showed his library, and he showed a couple of his books. So my manager at the time bought me one of the books that Big Sean talked about because he knew I rocked with Big Sean heavy. That book was called The 4 Agreements. That was the book that kicked it all off for me. This journey that I embarked upon, that was the book that kicked it off for me. And it's crazy how my manager of my job got that book for me. He still reaches out to me to this day. He keeps up with everything I'm doing. He's like that. Shout out to Travis. Travis, what up? I know he watching, because he knew this was coming too. So he got me that book, and that book sat on my desk for months, for real, until I finally cracked that book. And when I cracked that book, I didn't need to read past 3 pages before I knew shit's finna get real. So this book is actually a journal. It's a book that I had. AAA used to give these out. So it was the first journal I actually started journaling with on this journey. And it was the first journal I actually ever finished too. So it's really, really significant to me. There's a lot of shit in here that just like helped me through, got me through. And journaling, I would say hands down, was the most transformational like tool that I could have adapted to really set me free. So if you don't have a journal, I need you to get a journal. If you're gonna be a part of this experience, that is the only requirement to come hang with me. You gotta get a journal, make it intentional. You know what I mean? Go to the bookstore, scroll on Amazon, pick something that calls to you, a book that you pick up and you're like, yeah, you feel a vibe from it, because it's all a vibe, but it's your vibe. Get you a nice journal and get you a nice pen to paper. That's what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna show y'all my journal collection on this bad boy, because it's that serious, you know what I mean? And that's where we're gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it right there, but I wanna leave y'all with something, because again, you got to leave with something. If you already do have a journal, or if you get up and you go out and you get yours, and you have no idea what to journal, just write down 3 things that you're grateful for and 3 things that you are looking forward to. I'll catch y'all on the next episode. It's your girl, Prince.
You brought chills to me.
Oh my God.
Come here, man.
Oh my God.
When I tell you, what?
Come here, bro.
Wow.
I love you too, bro.
Damn.
Bro, think about the fucking barrier you just fucking broke down.
Bro,
Who was
that? Oh.
Fire.
Man, you were in your true authentic self, man. You're so passionate, you were speaking from the heart.